Good afternoon, traders. This is May 14th. MR Strategies. Been out of town for 10 days. Got a lot of action. In fact, as I recall in earlier videos, I spoke about a location that I thought could be significant for this market to roll over in. Nice round number, 35,000. I know somewhere in one of my videos I expected ES a little higher, around 43, maybe high 42s. Didn't quite get there. Dow did, rolled over, little inflationary talk, and they just kind of jumped on it. And, you know, I'm going to show you something here again because I keep talking about extreme locations, but I talk about moving averages and their overall significance. And I just got to take a look at this ES chart here for starters. Here, this is the low you guys made last week. Let me roll this over here. It's right here, down in here. Let me just box it in. So that is the low you guys made last week. Or I take it back, this week. Um, and you could just see once again how the institutions are really involved around the moving averages. This is the 50 here. This is the trend line that I've had in place for probably quite a while. Anything that trend lines are, I run from really significant locations. This one's coming off a 3240 low, and it's pretty significant. And you can see exactly how well price held there. Just below it, a little puke down here. Market really sold off hard. Those are 200 spoon points off of the contract high, and we're right back to where all this congestion started. In fact, you can look at this line right there. Look at all these bottoms right here that we kind of digested around, and it made that last push. You can see right there again. It made a low, and you can see this morning that was this morning's low, but that never came in play. In fact, this you got a pretty big gap here. I'm pretty sure this opened up at 8:30, and it's left 20 handles of gap. There's another one I think down here around 40.70 to 60 or 50. So these are things you want to just put in the back of your mind and just remember in the event they roll over. And like I've said on our earlier videos as well, market has a tendency to take profits early in a week and then bounce. And my goodness, did they bounce? Let me even show you how well this thing. Look how this lined up with the Dow. Look at this trend line, the 50, and right here the trend line to the T. In fact, let me show you one more chart that I had. Take a look at this chart right here. This is a 15-minute Dow, and I this trend line was in place for I don't know how long. I was so far up I never even saw it until today. And look how well price held this trend line at 32,260. So they pay off a little. You take a little extra time to some of these charts. They're really going to help you understand when the market breaks from its range and hits the extreme locations. And this was a pretty significant sell-off. But once again, the power they show you how powerful and how strong the institutions rely, I believe, on these locations in terms of price and value. And this is a huge sell-off. This is a big moment right in here. The 50 is kind of saying, hey, if we can't hold this, then we're in trouble. This trend line is going to be a big number to pay attention to because we give way to this, we're definitely going to the 100. In fact, if you take a good look, I mean, I thought the NASDAQ was in bigger trouble. NASDAQ went through the 50 and 100 hard, and now it's in between them. So, I really don't know. They could push maybe up to this trend line and maybe roll over. I really don't know. Is 35,000 the high in the Dow? I can't answer that question right now. It could be, a level to pay attention to. I don't know how hard they're going to push this thing straight back up. This is a huge bounce. So, and then it's quite expected on a Thursday and a Friday. Market found its legs on Thursday and it's just falling through on Friday. And when they leave gaps like this, they're going to get filled. So you got to pay attention to it. There's a little exuberance here. They're just jumping on it to close it out on Friday, and that's all fine. That's how it plays out for most part. Um, Let me get this chart out of here, and let me just see if I can get to the. I can't get it out of here. Let me just get it out of it completely. So here's today's activity. Uh, I really didn't. I've been really studying my charts most of the day, so I didn't trade today. Um, I needed just to update everything, and like I said, it opened, it gapped higher and went. What's not much you could do. 8:30 was right around in here. They didn't give you much. They opened up above R1. They're already telling you that the market was strong, and it ran away from it. And usually when it does this, they're telling you something. It's a high. It's a high, an outliner day, and they're just going to continue to accelerate with price. Although it gave you a double top up here at R2, and within the strategies that I utilize, I take advantage. I would have taken advantage of this double top right there. Prices pushed up despite the fact that it gapped higher. There was a 20 handle rally. It was due for a little pullback, and it eventually gave you some. But at the end of the day, this was being driven, and you can see the acceleration. They're still going. I don't know what time it is. It's almost 1:30, and they're just jamming. So this is this is kind of just a brief study of what you guys encountered during this week and last week, and we're going to go over some more key locations starting Monday and see how this thing plays out at the beginning of next week. Like I said, this move is pretty solid. Um, and I expected to give some back the beginning of next week. And you're going to want to pay attention to the 9 and 18. And, and that's pretty much around between 63 and 55, to tell you whether or not they're going to hold and try and drive to the to higher highs. So this is the end of the week. I hope you guys are trading well. Hope you're doing well. If you like what you see, reach out to mlbeno@com. I'm in development stage of the website to further break down how I play it, how I get to my decision making, and ways for you to understand the strategies and price in terms of the moving averages and the extreme levels, support and resistance. Guys, have a great weekend. I'll reach out to you guys on Monday.